put your seatbelt on. Let's go for a ride. I want to hear tire squeal.
Oh, no, we don't.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today has been, well, let's just say this. My wallet was burning a hole in my pocket today. So if you guys haven't been able to tell yet, maybe something looks a little different. I bought a new lens today and I'm loving it so far. Our older lens didn't go as wide as this one, so you can actually see. You know, it's a lot wider and I don't have to hold my arm all the way out here to put me in frame. So I can actually video myself out here if I need to. And I mean, it's just nice for filming in the shop because I don't have to stand so far away to get things in the shot. Like, it just makes my garage look a lot smaller, but, and it definitely doesn't help with how ugly I look. So there's that. Today I stopped at Jegs. Picked up a bunch of parts today. I got a new balancer, a Melling high pressure, high volume oil pump, same one that's actually on the Falcon. I picked up a new water pump. I got an ICT billet, bracketry for power steering and the alternator, that kind of thing. I got ARP rod bolts, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace all my rod bolts. Just another added safety. That's another reason I didn't torque my rod bolts yet, was in case if I got ARP rod bolts, and I did. So I know everybody's worried that I wasn't gonna torque my rod bolts. If you guys missed last video, we got this thing back on 4 wheels. I'm happy so far with how it looks. But it's time to put a 5.3 right in between those frame rails. So tonight, I believe my brother should be coming over and he's gonna help me put my camshaft in and help me out with a few things, getting this thing back together. And we can finally start unboxing some of our Brian Tooley Racing stuff that's been sitting here in this box forever. And we can start getting some stuff done. So we will hopefully finish up the short block, and I need to get the valve spring switched over on my cylinder heads and that kind of thing, and you know, just all that good stuff. And we can get this 5.3 ready to set down in between these frame rails and start mocking some stuff up. So that's the plan. But one thing I realized is I need to make one more trip into town because my ARP rod bolts are 12 point and I'm not that bougie yet. I don't have 12 point sockets. So I gotta go get some and a few other things, and then we'll be back here and we'll get to work. Alright, so a few things I picked up from the store was obviously the 12 point sockets for these rod bolts, but I also got some oven cleaner. It's not in that bag, but I'm going to take you guys up on using oven cleaner to try and clean up this block and make the aluminum look a little better. If I can't get it to look how I want, I'm just going to paint it. I don't want to spend too much time on it. So we'll go ahead and start switching out these rod bolts. You brought a torque wrench. You told me it wasn't important. Well, because I didn't have an oil pan yet.
We're not putting the camshaft in before we're torquing the rods.
All right, okay.
That's just not how we're doing things. We're gonna go ahead and get this done. You got rod bolts?
Yeah, I did.
So you don't have a stock bottom end anymore. You know that, right?
Are you serious? Is that a thing? Is that, I can't say stock bottom end anymore?
I mean, this is the bottom end and that's not stock. So this is your stage 2 Brian Tooley turbo cam. Stage 2 turbo cam, 610, 608 on a 113 plus 4. 226, 231 duration at 50. It's a It's a good cam. It's fairly mild, but still makes some good power for what you're doing. Get your assembly ready. Feed it in there, buddy.
It's the first time I've ever put a camshaft in. I've watched you do it a million times.
Is it everything you ever dreamed of?
Well, I've seen you make quite a you and Rob the last time made quite a big mess.
Not on me, Rob, on the cam.
I'm trying to get it on the cam, Bob. You're going too fast.
Sometimes getting into that last one is tricky. Turn it a little bit. Sometimes it's also easier if you put like the bolts on the cam. That way you got something to grab onto. There you go. Right there, buddy. Pull it out just a little bit. Right there. And then we'll put our gear and our chain on.
So when that dot is straight up, that means top dead center, right?
Yeah. The engine's at top. See how the engine's at top dead center right here.
Yeah.
And this dot is at 12 o'clock. Just have it on there like that. Take your cam bolts. Now we need to put red Loctite on these. So we're gonna go ahead and put the tensioner on. Just bolts here. Oh, I'm a dumbass.
It's alright. We're both learning. Have you ever been this far into an LS?
A few times. Mostly disassembly. You know, I haven't worked on a lot of them, but they're pretty simple. You know, that's why so many people build them. It's like Legos. With a small block, you don't have a tensioner. The chain's just tight. With this, the chain goes on really, really easy. And it doesn't fight you at all. But you've got this tensioner to put on afterwards to keep it, you know, one thing we did forget, we got to put the camshaft retainer plate before we put the cam gear on. So we got to go back and fix that. So we'll get this cleaned up just a little bit, but it's got a seal in there. It just stays in there. I guess it just seals that off. It's got to be pretty tight.
So we got our chain on and everything, and the tensioner's in there.
I've never really like built an LS. I've taken them apart, but I was just like,
That seems like
seems
a
like
lot of play, but you know, we're watching other people's YouTube videos right now, and
it seems to be a common thing. People ask about, you know, is this normal? And then, normal. Adding a tensioner does nothing other than make you feel better.
because this guy has an LS1 and it doesn't even have a tensioner.
There's not even a spot for the tensioner on that one, it looked like.
Hi guys, so this is a 6.0 block. It's a Gen 4 6.0, so it's actually an LY6 block. I did a 3-bolt cam conversion on this.
Looks the same.
And I put a new timing chain gear, and the LS2 style dampener on to eliminate the newer style tensioners, just because I've heard of like them breaking and going through the engine. That just doesn't sound good to me. So I got my new chain in today and I set it all up, and it's got a lot of slop in it. From what I'm reading online, it seems like this is fairly normal, but that just makes me really uncomfortable. I guess from what I've read is that GM chains have more slop in them from the factory so that the robots could assemble them.
Oh, it's the robots. It's the robots. That's all it is. It's for the robots. Yep. Silly.
Sir? Sir? Sir?
What?
Turn it around.
Oh. Well, then put the nice logo on this side. I want my Melling logo on the outside. That's lame. Why even put a Melling logo on it if it's gonna not even be seen, you know?
Well, I mean, it's really not going to be seen either way, because it's going to be behind the timing cover.
Yeah.
Everything on an LS is either 13 or 10.
Those are gonna be pretty tight.
Yeah.
I asked because I over tighten a lot of things.
Probably like 30 foot-pounds, I would say.
So like 3 Ugga-Duggas.
Yeah.
I've asked you if I should clean the pistons multiple times, and people have said I need to clean them, clean the carbon off, but I want you to tell them what you told me.
So the little bit of carbon on top of the pistons adds a little bit of compression, and I think you're going to need every little bit of power you can get for when you're racing anybody. So I would just leave them alone, man. I think it's a waste of time.
Okay. Maybe the E85 will clean them off. Is that how that works?
It might clean them up a little bit. We hit it with that 100 shot to get it off the line. It'll probably clean it right up. I had carbon on top of my pistons in the 302 when I took it apart. That was just a sign to me that the tune-up was safe, because the nitrous I was spraying to it never even cleaned the pistons up.
Mm.
So.
Cool. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back. I have not filmed in probably 2 or 3 weeks now. So as you can tell, my haircut, if you thought it was bad, it's really bad now. Things have been pretty slow in this shop. Not a lot going on. And the main reason is because just waiting on parts and stuff and ordering parts. I finally saved up enough money to get some of the big stuff out of the way. A couple days ago, I ordered my 9-inch from Quick Performance. So over the course of the next 3 to 4 weeks, it's going to be coming in pieces. I'm having the house, it's all being shipped to my parents, and Uncle Bucko is going to help me put it together. But it'll come in a few shipments, like the center section and the housing and the axles, and then I got a disc brake conversion, Willwood disc brakes. So all that stuff's going to come in over the course of the next few weeks, which also means I need to get this old 10 bolt out. So that's coming up. But and then today I ordered my Terminator X Max. As you can see, the Dart is in our garage now. Finally freed up Jeff's garage space for the winter. But we got this thing back, and it sucks because we finally got it ready to race. The car was done at the end of the season, and we put it on the 85. We're starting to go a little faster. We're having a really fun time. And then now we're back to it's snowing again, and it is what it is. But so right now, the other night I got the carburetor off of it and brought it back to my dad. He's gonna give us back a gas carburetor so we can put it on gas for the winter, just in case we need to move it around or something. We don't really want it sitting around with E85 in it. The E85 kind of gums up if you let it sit. So we're gonna put it back on gas, just in case we need to move it around or anything. It sucks. We're already kind of winterizing it and stuff, even though we just got out to start racing, but it is what it is. It's just gonna be another long winter of just doing more upgrades, I guess, but at least we got it out a few times and we're able to see our work kind of come to life. But just gonna get it ready for the winter. Another reason that took me so long to start filming him again was because I was waiting on a new oil pan, because I wanted to get a new one. This one's kind of yucky, and it's just the stock truck pan. I heard they kind of hang low on these trucks. So I ordered a like sport truck pan that was kind of made for these trucks. And I ordered it through Holly. It was a Holly pan. Ordered it through Jegs. And it took like 3 weeks, and it still never showed up. So it's like, I don't have time. I'm just gonna use a stock truck pan. It's on Brendan's truck. He uses the truck pan, and it hangs a little low, but it is what it is. I'm tired of waiting. I wanna make more progress. So I got us a new pan gasket, windage tray, and I also got a new pickup tube for our oil pump. As soon as we get that stuff on, we can start, we can flip the engine back over, right side up, and start putting together the top end a little bit more. So that's coming up. Another thing is I finally decided to invest in some cab mounts. It would be wrong for me to go ahead and restore this whole truck and then leave that like that. So pretty sure it's completely gone. But so I also got a core support in, shop heater. I've just been stocking up on stuff, man, these last few weeks. And I've also been at Billy's shop helping him with his stuff on the S10. If you guys, I'm sure you guys watch the SRC videos, but we've been doing all kinds of upgrades for his S10. It's getting a total transformation. So just been super busy, man. Allison's busy with schoolwork and doing shipping and everything else, and we're all just kind of huddled in for winter. So Thanksgiving was last weekend and we had a pretty good time. I figured at the end of this video I'll throw in some of our clips. Allison took her grandma for a ride in the Dart, and it was pretty cool to see. It was the last kind of drive before we put it away for the winter, and she got to take her uncle for a ride and her grandma, and it was pretty fun. So that's all I've got for now. Here soon we're gonna start taking this 10 bolt out and get this pan on and get everything assembled and start finishing up the top end. I gotta get my cylinder heads to Bob. I wanna do a valve job, make sure everything looks good on the heads before we just slap them back on there. So I've got the time to do it. So yeah, I guess we'll be visiting Bob soon. But yeah, that's all I got for now. We'll have more videos here soon. Just really busy with Billy's S10 and doing our own thing and just ordering parts and waiting for stuff to show up. But here soon we're gonna be doing some big stuff for the step side. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'm sorry for the lack of content, but it should be picking back up here real soon. So thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next one. You know what? I'm proud of you because I can't get my grandma to get in any of our cars. She won't even get in my daily.
How's that? Wow. How's that arm? How's that pretty pink cast doing?
Right here, it's okay.
Well, let's put your seatbelt on. Let's go for a ride.
My grandma Gishel has to get in one of our cars now.
Oh yeah.
I want to hear tire squeal.
Oh no, we don't. Let's not. Let's not do that. Going down to 40 or?
Yeah.
Going straight to the test spot.
Do a circle.
Okay.
And then this is the fan. Looking cool.
What you think?
Loved it. Wow.
Oh, come on, it ain't that fast. It's a Mopar.
Hey now.